what was my first experience what's coming down the road? You know, what father, and any of you younger guys or older guys or whoever you are, if you've not been through it yet, get ready for one emotional trip. I mean, Steve Martin, you know, I'll tell you what you don't need is Steve Martin doing it too. Can't you get you somebody that's not very good and not very funny at it? But he did it, and I sat there and I blubbered up, thinking, I gotta do this sometime. And what a moment. And it goes on. So it was tremendous. The only second bad part about that is, just in case I don't make it to Steve Martin. And the second part of that is every bus tour in the world plays Father and the Bride. I've seen it 10 times. I got most of it memorized. But guess who stars in every one of them? Steve Martin. And boy, is he good. Boy, is he good. It just goes on and on and on. But you sit there and you watch it, and you even cry through the snow scene in San Diego, and think, well, that's kind of ridiculous on it. But you sit there as a dad, and you're just moved by the whole thing on it. So I sat through my couple versions of the movies on it, and pretty cool. Pretty cool. So through that, I guess the next time I see it, well, I'll be able to think back on this moment and think how we did it, or how I got through it. The other part is that who have made this moment especially difficult for me, first was Steve Martin. Second was just some very talented people. And then the other one, and I told him, I'm going to talk about him tonight. The other one is Marianne's brother, Sam. I mean, I sat through 2 of these with Sam Appalucci. Let's do it. And I learned a lot from watching it, and watched Sam, and trust me, Sam, I remember moments of you standing there and doing it, and thinking, Jesus, he's good at that. Not as good as Steve Martin, but still pretty darn good on it. But I sat and watched through those and watched him. But I learned one big thing from the Appaluccis, from Sam and from Bernie and from the girls on it, and what they did. And I found this out, and I could point you all out. All of you out here that haven't had one yet, or haven't had it, daughters, it's your job from the moment you're born to start writing this speech for us. Get it going. How many of you were Kara's wedding? Well, the Appalucci side will know it. But how many of you, if you were there, can you ever forget this line? Well, Daddy, I'll go to the football game with you. I mean, you sit there, and how can you not and say, wow, I wish my kid was that cool. Or I wish he would say something like that. I mean, it's the moment you wait for. But I mean, but that line that Kara came out, right, do I have mixed up? I think it's Kara had that one on, wasn't it? Oh, Daddy. I mean, it's like Shirley Temple. Daddy, I'll go to the football game with you. And all that stuff. But what a moment. I mean, it's almost as cool as the Steve Martin one on it. So whenever Kara started writing that, I don't know. But you younger ones out there, get your butt in gear and start writing your dads, because he needs stuff. We need material to make these things work. We've got to make people feel really, really happy about having kids. And then Steve Martin out there who gets jokes. So, and then if you're really lucky, you get what I got on this one. And I will start loving it. But this is all true stories. I sat there when we knew this was coming, and I could go on with stories, but later on today, Jen and I are going to dance for something. And whenever my big plans was to make sure I didn't become a star for this thing. Well, I kind of took on a little extra thing to do on it, so I've gotten a little more attention. But there's some things that should just be. But I'm sitting there waiting for some stuff. You gotta look in your head, Larry. Okay. On it. But you look at that stuff and you get into it and you start saying, well, I found out that there was just some other stuff I had to pay attention to. Not about anything that's going on, just about just regular stuff of just being part of doing it. But Jen, my daughter, who's getting married here tonight, but Jen leans over to me, and I may have a couple of days mixed up, that tends to happen. But she leans over to me and says, Dad, this is it. Whether she knew she was right in the toast. Dad, I have our Father, Dad song. So we got it. It's coming. In a little bit, you're going to see it. And Jen picked it. And that's her, she didn't even know it was her job yet on it. But then even cooler, or almost equally as cool, is Adam. Well, if the kids pick right, I mean, we're all supposed to say certain things. And then some of them, you sit there and you're laying in a hospital bed, and it's not as morbid as it sounds, because listen to the cool stuff I'm telling you. That they do. Your daughter leans over and says, Dad, I got the dance. But then, and this is and then it's, I could just go on with so many of the stories on it. But we just have these little bits and pieces that we've kind of put together. They're just all part of that stuff now. They're not, they're Jen and Dad kind of stuff. Whether it's our football game or whether it's whatever, it's something that just kind of belongs to us. And now we have, when we dance on that one, that'll be our dance. And Jen will be better at that than me on it. And some of the other things that happen in there too are just real. I mean, there's a whole bunch of little ones, little 2-year-old, 3-year-old stuff, which certainly isn't small. But trust me, everybody, when they do it, and they're 22, or whatever, it's cooler, or 23, or whatever. So anyway, the whole thing, you couldn't put it together as a better package for me on reasons that even Adam's family maybe doesn't know. I mean, the whole thing, I'm sitting there again, back to the other side of it. What does Adam give me in one of the nights? He said, a baseball bat. Tell him, to guys, it's pretty cool to have your own baseball bat with an autograph on it. And then what does he give me? Again, everything centers around my little episode. But then he comes up and hands me a ticket. And we have tickets. Me and Adam and his dad and his brother. I'll have tickets to the Ohio State spring football game. Kind of cool. I looked at him and I says, Adam, I can go to the football game with you. We went on it. So there was just You know, just those kind of moments. You know, there's something that's part of my life that's always been there. I don't feel like I ever got ripped off. But guess what I got now? As of this wedding, I got Adam. And in case you haven't noticed from Marianne and I, we're kind of a little short on the boy side. Well, I got a bunch of them. This boy palooza. And even when you marry into Adam's family, you don't just get a boy. You get a. There you go. It's not a short one. You get a lot of boy. So there's just a bunch of stuff there that I get to look forward to on it. So Rich and Marianne and we go through on it, everybody on it. Thanks for just making us a part of your family. And let me be a part of it. That was a big deal to go to the football game with you, but this is a big deal here too on it. So, to Jen and to Adam and to all the other ones that are out there, and all you guys that wrote us good material. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right, once again, Father.